Hello guys, welcome back to Ride On Academia. We are still on our series on the matrix, okay? Now today we're going to be looking at the cofactors of a matrix. We're going to be looking at how to determine cofactors of a given matrix, alright? Now we have a matrix given on the board. Now let's assume that this matrix is A, right? This is our matrix A. Now we want to find the cofactors. What we do is to make use of a special character and then we reduce our matrix to a minor. If you've watched our video on determinants, I think we discussed special character and then how to derive minor, right, when we are given 3 by 3 matrix. Now we're going to use that same special character in this case, and then we're going to be getting our minor, okay, and then working with our minor. Now let's remember our special character. For every element we start with a plus, right, and then we end with a plus. Now for the next place we're starting with a minus and then ending with a minus, and then lastly plus, minus, and what? Plus. So these are our signs. So now we're only making use of the sign, no longer the numbers like we did in determinant, right? In determinant we made use of the numbers, right? But here we're going to be making use of our word sign for cofactors, alright? So when we pick the sign, okay, now like I said, every element have a special name, right? So our cofactors are going to be calling them based on their position. Okay, so this is our first row, first column. So we're going to be calling it A11, alright? Now we'll pick our sign, which is our plus, okay? Now then we eliminate like we did for determinant, but I'm not picking the number right now, just the sign, okay? So we eliminate, right, to get our minor, which is what? 4 minus 4, 1 and what? 2. Okay, so we're going to be working with this. Are we there now? So what we do next is that we just take, like we did in determinant, the principal, right, and then we subtract the product of the minor, right? So we have 4 times 2, which is 8. 8 minus what? 1 times minus 4, okay, which is minus 4. Now you can see that our minus and minus will be giving us a plus, right? So we're going to be having 8 plus 4, which will be giving us what? 12. Now our sign outside is positive, so we are through with this. Now the next one we have is for our first row, second column, which is this number. Our sign here is a minus, so we are only working with our sign, right, and then our minor. Now when we pick our sign for the cofactors, we are eliminating the row and column where our 3 falls. So if we're eliminating the first row and then the second column, we're left with 3 minus 4 and what? 2. So we have 3 minus 4 and 2. All right, now we'll still do the same thing. Now our sign outside is minus, open our bracket, our principal diagonal, 3 times 2, 6, minus this, the product of our minor, right? Now we have 3 times minus 4, which is minus 12. Now we already have a minus coming from our formula, right? So minus times our minus will give us plus. We'll be having what? 6 plus 12, which is giving us what? 18. Times our minus, we have what? Minus 18. Are we there? Now for the next one, which is our first row, third column, we're still on our first row, right? Now we have our sign to be plus and then our minus. When we eliminate, all right, the row and column where our 2 falls, we are left with what? 3, 4, 3 and what? 1. And then we'll do the same thing. Our sign is plus, so we'll be having our plus outside our bracket. 3 times 1 give us 3, and then 4 times 3 we have what? Minus 12. All right, now that will be giving us what? 3 minus 12 will be giving us minus 9, right? So we have minus 9, and the sign outside we have our minus. Now for our second row, first column, all right, second row and first column, when we pick, like I said, this, when we get to cofactor, we are going to making use of all the signs, right? We're going to make all the signs. So for our second row, first column, right, we have our minus sign and then we eliminate. So when we cross this out and then we cross the first column out, we are left with 3, 2, 1 and 2. So we have a minor of 3, 2, 1 and 2. All right, now with this, when we want to work, we have our minus, right? So our minus is outside our bracket. We'll be having 3 times 2, which is 6. Okay, we have 6, and then minusing our diagonal. 2 times 1 is 2, so minus 2. That will be giving us 6 minus 2 is 4, but our minus is outside, so we are having what? Minus 4. Now for our next one, we have A21. All right, now we have a plus. Our sign is a plus. Then let's get our minor. All right, let's eliminate this. When we eliminate second row, second column, we're left with 1, 2, 3, 2. All right, so we are left with 1, 2, 3, and 2. All right, so when we get to our minor, our plus is outside, right? Our major, which is 2 minus 6, and we are having what? Minus 4. All right, multiplied by our plus is still a minus, so we have minus 4. All right, now for our A, second row, second column, okay, third, second column, third column. All right, for our second row, third column, we'll be having that what? Our sign here is a minus. All right, our sign is a minus, then we have our minor, right? When we eliminate our second row and our third column, we're left with 1, 3, 3, 1. All right, so we're going to be having 1, 3, 3, 1, and then our principal diagonal will be having our minus sign, right? Minus is outside our bracket. 1 times 1, we have 1, and then minus 3 times 3, we have minus what? 9. Okay, minus from the formula. Okay, now 1 minus 9 is going to be giving us minus 8. There is a bracket, there is a minus outside the bracket, right? Now minus becomes what? Plus 8. Are we there? Now we have our third row, first column, which is this. So when we pick our sign, we have a plus, then we eliminate the third row, right? And then the first column, we're left with 3, 4, 2, 4. Okay, we're left with 3, 4, 2, and minus 4, right? So when we go, let's work on our principal, right? Principal diagonal will be having what? Our plus sign outside, minus 12. Our formula has a minus, and then 4 times 2 is what? 8. So when we work on that, minus 12 minus 8 will be having minus 20. Multiplied by our plus, we are having a what? Minus 20, right? So we have minus 20. Now, for our third row, second column, we have a minus sign, right? We're only working with our signs, okay? We're working with only just our signs. Now, our minus is out. When we eliminate this, we have 1, 3, 2, and minus 4. So we have 1, 3, 2, and minus 4. So by the time we expand, work on our principal diagonal, we have what? Our minus sign is outside our bracket. 1 times minus 4, we have minus 4. And then 3 times 2, we have 6. So minus is in our formula. Minus 4 minus 6. Okay, that will be giving us minus 10, right? Multiplied by our minus, we'll be having what? Plus 10. Okay, because of the minus outside. Now lastly, we have what? For our third row, third column, which is this last one, our sign is a plus. So when we pick our plus and eliminate, we are left with, okay, we are left with 1, 3, 3, and 4. Okay, we have 1, 3, 3, and what? 4. This is what we have left. Okay, now then our principal, our sign is a plus. Our principal, okay, we have 1 times 4, 4, and then minus is in our formula. 3 times 3, we have what? 9. So this is how we have our cofactors. Now 4 minus 9 gives us minus 5, right? Then minus times our plus becomes what? Minus. So we have what? Minus 5. So with this, we can now arrange for our cofactors, right? The cofactors of our C. So the cofactors of our C, right? When we want to have the cofactors, we'll be arranging our matrix, okay, using this information. So for our first row, first column, we have what? 12. For our first row, second column, we have minus 18. For the third column, we have minus 9. For our second row, first column, we have minus 4. So we need to give it this name so that we don't get confused, right? So for our second row, second column, we have minus 4 again, all right? For our second row, third column, okay, we have plus 8, that's positive. For our third row, first column, we have minus 20. For our third row, second column, we have 10. And then lastly, for our third row, third column, we have minus 5. So this is how we find cofactors of a given matrix. All right, now we will be looking at other topics, okay, in our subsequent video, but we need you to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, click on the notification button so that when new videos drop, you'll be notified immediately. All right, now leave your thoughts with us in the comment section. We'll see you in our next class. Thank you.